This is what the legacy of loveless mothers feels like. Today, you'll learn about the long-term effects loveless mothers impose on their daughters. Emotionally absent mothers can cause dramatic harm to their daughters, particularly affecting their soul and self-image. It often takes these daughters half their life to understand what's wrong with them. They clearly know that they struggle to connect with others, maintain healthy relationships, and accept themselves. Yet, the root cause remains hidden for a long time. Today, we do not want to investigate what leads mothers to raise their daughters in an emotional wasteland. But we do want to introduce you to 5 painful consequences that may result from such a childhood. If you are not yet part of our community, we invite you to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming exciting videos. Number 1. If you are not careful, you might marry your mother. Let's start with a frightening scenario that, unfortunately, can become reality. We tend to choose partners who feel familiar to us. The familiar gives us a sense of safety. However, for those who grew up with toxic mothers or loveless fathers, this means they are drawn to the very same character types when looking for a partner. Women raised by emotionally distant mothers later seek partners who also keep them at arm's length. The vicious cycle repeats itself. There is no easy way out of this cycle because we crave safety, and safety comes from the familiar, no matter how toxic it may objectively be. Number 2. Certain words or phrases become lifelong triggers. Loveless mothers make it painfully clear to their daughters that they are not satisfied with them. Many, sadly, even take diabolical pleasure in tormenting their child in every imaginable way. Mind games, emotional blackmail, insults, slights, and all forms of passive-aggressive terror are the order of the day. Certain remarks will be repeated. Once a toxic mother identifies what hurts her daughter the most, this malicious tool will be used again and again. Remarks like, "You're too fat," or "You're not pretty enough for that," become triggers that haunt the affected daughters for a lifetime. Often, grown women do not even know why certain comments hit them so hard. Only a painful reflection on their loveless childhood sheds some light on the darkness. Number 3. Learning to set healthy boundaries was never taught. When children feel they need to somehow earn or buy their parents' love, they will pull out all the stops. The desire to be loved runs deep in each of us. As a result, daughters of such mothers do everything they can to wrest at least occasional praise or a kind gesture. These girls learn that love has a price, and they are willing to pay it for the rest of their lives. However, this sacrifice means they never learn to set healthy boundaries. They say yes to everything, just to experience acceptance, respect, and love. Number 4. Negative beliefs and destructive criticism leave marks. It is unimaginable how much damage a girl's self-esteem can suffer when raised by a distant mother. Those who never experience validation, praise, or recognition have hardly any self-confidence later in life. These girls grow up hearing that they are inadequate, that they do not meet their mother's expectations, and that they will never find anyone who loves them. Such recurring insults and remarks leave lasting marks and deep emotional wounds. These women do not trust themselves and believe they do not deserve anything good or beautiful. Moreover, this poor self-image makes them easy prey for those looking for willing victims. Narcissists and other representatives of the dark triad often select their human toys from the ranks of women and girls who think poorly of themselves and suffer from inferiority complexes. Number 5. No trust in anyone, not even in oneself. Anyone whose first and probably most important relationship in life is with a woman who is unpredictable, cold, and rejecting faces a tough start in life. Trust cannot develop under such conditions. If we do not learn this ability, we remain mistrustful and skeptical of others for our entire lives. but we also do not have a good or solid relationship with ourselves. Forming bonds is a fundamental skill learned in early childhood. If this lesson is missed, it remains challenging to develop trust and form friendships or romantic relationships throughout life. The daughters of loveless mothers also struggle to understand themselves. They were too preoccupied with meeting their mother's wishes and fulfilling their unreachable demands. A sense of self, a personal identity, and a clear understanding of one's personality remain elusive. Our conclusion for today: loveless mothers, unhappy daughters. A loveless mother-daughter relationship casts a long shadow. The girls and women struggle throughout their lives with themselves and the world. They tend to choose partners who display the same signs of rejection and toxic behavior as their cold mother. Some words from their childhood and youth remain etched in their memories for life. These act as emotional triggers, causing unpleasant reactions. Daughters of loveless mothers also never learn to set healthy boundaries. As children and teenagers, they did everything to please their mother, and this desire to please at all costs runs like a red thread through their lives. Their self-esteem is permanently damaged and only sparsely existent. Those who never received affirmation cannot later become a confident person firmly grounded in life. But perhaps the most problematic aspect is that loveless parents, especially mothers, undermine trust in oneself and others. Daughters of emotionally distant, rejecting mothers struggle throughout their lives to form relationships. This deficit is hardly compensable and cruelly robs these girls and women of the chance to lead a happy life. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.